All right, gentlemen, we've got comments from board members for our agenda item tonight. Any comments? Mr. Dills, Mr. Becker?
Yeah. At some point, I guess what I want to have some public discussion about, and a lot of input from the public on this topic, is sometime in the next few months, we're going to be looking at what does next summer look like in terms of our concert series. We get a lot of good input from the community, some of it positive, some of it negative. I read all the comments, I take it to heart. So, I guess my approach is everything is on the table. Do we want to continue to do what we've been doing, the way we've been doing it, because that's the way we've always done it, which is what we do? Or do we want to completely shake things up and make a lot of changes, or maybe incremental changes? So that's something I want to hear from the community on, and at some point, have a board discussion on this openly, and when those decisions need to get made. When will be the timeline on that, do you think? Like in the fall?
Yeah, I would imagine this fall or early winter.
Okay, so in the next few months? So, that's all.
Appreciate that comment, Mr. Becker. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I think it's an exciting opportunity to be able to look at, currently things have been set where it's an almost every night, Saturday night concert. And, it's difficult for competition, frankly, because we do that, we're competing with bringing in bands that are playing down the road somewhere else. And you can look at other townships, municipalities. I've seen them be very successful with different events that they host and put on by making more of an impact, bringing in, something that's not a competed band for just down the street at the bar, when they're able to bring in a national act, something that can be a little bit bigger of an event. We kind of structure with the end of summer fireworks with doing something unique and different. We don't have a band actually that night, and that's always kind of struck me as interesting, because that would be a kind of a good combination for an all-day theme. So I think there's a lot of great opportunity. I think there's a lot of great opportunity when my kind of personal market research has been, being here at the concert series, walking down to the Jungle Gyms Pavilion area and RJ Cinemas, and how much and how well do I hear the music. And I think that if, we did some, we can hear it a little bit, but if we strategically adjusted that, I think we can have some synergies there with those businesses and drive some economic development and return on what is happening in the amphitheater in the first place. Because right now, I'll say, you can tell me what you think the average is, but that's deeper conversation for the staff to get into and get feedback from the community in the fall or winter. But what would you average? 100 to 200 people for the concert, sometimes a little bit less. And so it's, it's the same type of comment I've made before. If we're going to have it, let's have it. Or if we're not going to, let's not be in the middle, right? Let's make an actual impact where we're making an impact. So let's be involved. And I think that opens up the opportunity to being able to bring community partners, stakeholders to the table and get engaged. Because again, we've got a lot of residents that live in the area, live and work in the area, and what's the feedback? What are they excited to see and hear? So, appreciate bringing the comment up. So thank you, Mr. Dills.
Mr. Becker, I love it. I think it definitely needs to be discussed. I brought my kids to the concert series twice, and they hate it. They can't stand it. I don't know what to do with them. It's just not their music, and it's not very. I'm going to say
Conducive to kids.
Families. It's not kids. I can't bring my kids there. Would they like instead of us doing a concert every single Saturday, what if we did a family movie night? Put a big fat projector up there with some kind of family movie. They would love that. But would the adults love that? I don't know. So, but also, we have that driveway. I'd love to see some more food trucks down there, because a lot of the folks don't necessarily want to walk all the way back to the parking lot to grab a hot dog or whatever and then come all the way back. And it's not that far, but it's a little far. I like to see them right there on that drive, just different type of food trucks, different ideas. So I'm open to that. Well said, and it needs to be brought up for discussion. Well said.